we feeling? Welcome to the show. Jimmy Moreland here for you, voice talent, audiobook narrator, and music producer. And on the show, we're going to be doing like we always do. We are doing voiceover auditions on the big voiceover casting websites. That means voices.com, voice123.com, and then we'll head over to ACX and see if there's any audiobook auditions that are worth our time. Now, few housekeeping notes. I know that we let the coming soon, the starting soon notification run for a little extra long today. I apologize about that, but I was communicating with a client on a job that we booked from an audition that we did right here on this stream. So the stuff that you're seeing here, it works sometimes, and I got the receipts to prove it. But as we go through these, we're gonna be doing our normal audition process, and then later in the stream, we will either, depending on how long the stream runs, we might cut the stream short so that I can take a break and then come back and record some real audiobook work, or we might run right into that. We'll see how we feel. It all depends on hydration levels and all those kinds of things. But let's go ahead and take a look at what we're going to be seeing today, and that is this lovely view here that we are so familiar with. We've got Pro Tools on the left here, and we've got our voiceover sites on the right. As I always say, Pro Tools is by no means what you should be looking at if you're getting into voiceover or audiobook narration. Pro Tools is not the best option. I would really recommend against it. There's a free option called Audacity, and there's also very affordable options that I see recommended by professional voice talent that include Studio One, Reaper, and Twisted Wave. Those are three really, really good affordable options. If you are already in the Adobe Creative Suite environment, then Adobe Audition is a perfectly valid option for you there. But let's get to work here. We've been seeing the emails come in. We've got some work to do over here on voices.com. Company offsite team inspiration video. Sounds like the kind of thing that we do here. The world faces an invisible war. Pull back the curtain and you'll see, oh my God, what is this about? Okay. All right, this is a very serious read. We'll jump into it. We're not going to read it too carefully. We like to be as close to cold as we can so that we can be surprised. And this script, I think, has some surprises in it. So let's jump into it. The world faces an invisible war. Pull back the curtain and you'll see pain. Children exploited. Women trafficked. Lives lost to addiction. Heartbroken victims of fraud. The world faces an invisible war. Pull back the curtain and you'll see the pain. Children exploited. Women trafficked. Lives lost to addiction. Heartbroken victims of fraud. Couple the internet with AI and cryptocurrency, and crime is scaling at an We're going to do punch and roll on this so that our edit is super fast. Of fraud. Couple the internet with AI and cryptocurrency, and crime is of fraud. Couple the internet with AI and cryptocurrency, and crime is scaling at unprecedented speeds. It's easy to look away, to keep the curtain closed, to change the proverbial channel. It's less overwhelming that way. I feel good about that. All right, let's do our quick edit here. We're going to grab some room tone, paste that into the front, come up to our next cut, do our little edit point there, come up to the end. There we go. It's that simple. Grab everything, hit our automatic crossfades, turn on our RX denoise, bounce, and we're calling this, oh my God, we're just going to call this 722779. If the client doesn't give us some kind of descriptive thing that helps us really name the project well, then we just put in the job number 390, and here's our response file. There we go. Now, as much as I would love to slow down and explain every step of what I'm doing here, we're on voices.com right now. And on Voices, that's where speed is everything. You got to be fast. especially when the jobs are fresh and new. Once we start getting into the older jobs, it's less important because they're a bit stale already. Take this one here. It's been up for over an hour. That's stale in the world of voices.com. But it's got quite a low budget. That's why there's only 16 responses. Not a lot of people interested in this. But we'll take a look at this. We'll consider it, even though it's a low budget. How long is the total word count? Just over a minute, you know? All right, come on now. I used to work in the veteran nonprofit space, and I still am getting emails from my former coworkers, from my former colleagues in that space, invited me to come to this event or that event and do this and that. And that sounds great, but I don't even live in the same state anymore. This is where all that stuff's going on. But that's all right. Let's take a look here. Filter tracker intro video. Let's go ahead and let's just do this. It's good practice. And you know, I'd rather have $80 than not have it. And if we get it, it's only a minute of copy. So let's go for it. Replacing HVAC filters can be a pain. It's a job that never ends. Organizing your properties, setting reminders for when to order, and everyone's favorite, the spreadsheet. We get it, and we know that keeping track of this is only a small portion of the job. The spreadsheet. We get it, and we know that keeping track of this is only a small portion of your job. We're here to make filter tracking a breeze. With our free, easy-to-use software, you'll never have to think about changing filters again. You'll notice that I made corrections to typos in situ, like as we went. Obviously, it's not without free, easy-to-use software. That's obviously not what they meant. So I just made those corrections cold as we went. Let's see here. We are going to read that line again, though. Tracking a breeze. With our free, easy-to-use software, you'll never have to think about changing filters again. Let's give it a little bit more. A breeze. With our free, easy-to-use software, do I want to hit that T or say software? Software. I'll hit the T. A breeze. With our free, easy-to-use software, you'll never have to think about changing filters again. I like the rest of that line, though. That's fine. We're going to go paste in our room tone here. Hit our edits. Punch and roll makes life so much easier for the edits. And there we go. That's it. Grab everything. Hit our automatic crossfades. Turn on declick. Bounce. Filter tracker. Sure. Filter tracker. There we go. Reply to job. Hit our response there, 100. Select the file. There we go. Like I said, a low budget, but you know, with as early as we are in our career, and given that we haven't been on Voices for too terribly long, we're only coming up on a year of having been on voices.com. And it's still good to start to continue to build up our ratings, our reviews, because that makes us look more attractive to future clients and so forth. So even a dinky little $100 job can serve a bigger purpose in the broader sense of your career. Bespoke menswear voiceover. We're only a 90% match, and I'm looking at why. Because the role is fashion designer. Like, okay, we get that, but like that's not really what the role is meant to be. But that's fine. We're striving to be a luxury brand, so being compelling and having gravitas is important. So generally, okay, we've got a reference file. Welcome to Vestivo, where luxury is not just an option, but a lifestyle. Our bespoke suits are meticulously crafted to bring out the best in you, blending timeless elegance. So we might just go ahead and do this because it's fun to do the luxury read. It's a little bit different, even like microphone technique that's involved. Let's look at this reference file, though, see what the hell this is about. Let's open it with VLC, and sure, always. Okay. Okay. I guess it's useful to make sure that's Vestivo. but that would have been my pronunciation choice anyway. So we're going to do this just because, even though we're only a 99% voice match and it's a pretty low budget, there's already 20 people in line in front of us, but I like doing the luxury read. It's fun to do. So we're gonna go ahead and do this here. And the microphone technique thing I was talking about is that we're going to be right up on the microphone. In fact, I'm going to adjust my pop filter so that I can basically, the pop filter is as close as it can get to the microphone that the shock mount will allow. It's basically just about touching the shock mount. And then I'm going to have everyone out there needs to grow a beard for this technique. I'm basically going to get as close as I can until I start to feel my beard like brushing against the shock mount. So my mouth is 3 inches or so from the microphone. That's how close I am. So that I can give the proximity effect. That's the closer you are to the microphone, the more bass tones come through, and it's called the proximity effect, and it's that sound that you get from luxury reads and so forth. So that's how we're going to be reading this here. So welcome to Vestivo, where luxury is not just an option, but a lifestyle. Let's read that again. Welcome to Vestivo, where luxury is not just an option, but a lifestyle. Our bespoke suits are meticulously crafted to bring out the best in you, blending timeless elegance with modern sophistication. I might be overdoing it, you know? Let's try something different. Let's just keep trying stuff until we find out where we want to be. Welcome to Vestivo, where luxury is not just an option. Welcome to Vestivo, where luxury is not just an option, but a lifestyle. Our bespoke suits. So this is a menswear. It's menswear, and it's you got to think about the kind of people that they're going to be marketing to. Who is going to hear this ad and like go like, yeah, hell yeah, I'm going to get a bespoke suit. Welcome to Vestivo, where luxury is not just an option, but a lifestyle. Our bespoke suits are but a lifestyle. Our bespoke suits are meticulously crafted to bring out the best in you, blending timeless elegance with modern sophistication. Each piece is a testament to unparalleled craftsmanship. Craftsmanship. That word always gives us trouble. Sophistication. Each piece is a testament to unparalleled craftsmanship, ensuring that you carry a world of luxury with you wherever you go. I like that line. That's fun writing. Craftsmanship, ensuring that you carry a world of luxury with you wherever you go. Step into a world where wherever you go. Step into a world where tradition meets innovation, and let Vestivo wherever you go. Step into a world where tradition meets innovation, and let Vestivo redefine what it means to dress impeccably. Vestivo, made for men that understand that true luxury is in the detail. Stomach's growling. Vestivo, made for men that understand that true luxury is in the details. We're going to call that good enough. When we say good enough, that is not meant in a derogatory fashion. Good enough means that we have put in the months, years of work to where in a matter of seconds, maybe minutes, we are able to deliver a read that truly is good enough. So it's not meant, I don't mean that flippantly. Good enough is a real thing, and it's fine to be good enough. Okay, this is Vestivo. All right, Vestivo. All right, reply. There we go. 190 is the quote. Pretty low budget when you consider that it's likely that they're making more than that on margin on a single suit. But, whatever. Maybe it's so bespoke that they only sell like a suit a week. All right. This thing here, I saw this come across, and maybe I should have jumped on it, but I've been saving stuff for the stream here. Holy. You can see why there are already nearly 100 responses in line, because it's got a $4,000 budget. Now, you got to remember this is voices.com, and they take 20% off the top. So that $4,000 budget really means $3,200 in your pocket, which I'd rather have $3,200 than not have it. But you got to keep that in mind and not get dollar signs in your eyes too quickly here. So let's take a look here. So TVA, I'm pretty sure that means Tennessee Valley Authority. So we're in Appalachia here, but it doesn't say that they want any specific accent related to that. So we're just going to read it like normal. Normally, I would not read for something that already has 100 responses in line, but who knows? A client like this might actually, if they're spending this much money, they might actually go through and listen to every damn audition. So we're going to give it a try. Saving money is always top of mind when the bottom line is... Saving money is always top of mind when the bottom... Interesting, like, this is interesting writing here. When the bottom line is your responsibility. New businesses can take advantage of money-saving incentives on... Okay, interesting. This is... When you get up to these budgets, you start to see and notice and appreciate the fine differences that come with these budgets as far as writing. Like there's a lot of nuance and detail and a lot of effort and skill and expertise that has gone into making this copy. This copy is really tight. It sort of says a lot. It tells a story in very few words. This is good copy. Responsibility. New businesses can take advantage of New businesses can take advantage of money-saving incentives on energy efficiency upgrades. New businesses can take advantage of money-saving incentives on energy efficiency upgrades from TVA Energy Right. That's quite a sentence. New businesses can take advantage of money-saving incentives on energy efficiency upgrades from TVA Energy Right. Our efficiency incentives are let's go ahead and punch and roll on this right here. Energy Right. Our efficiency incentives are designed to help you lower your energy costs and meet your sustainability. Energy Right. Our efficiency incentives are designed... Energy Right. Our efficiency incentives are in... Come on. Our efficiency incentives are designed to help you lower your energy costs and meet your sustainability goals. Our efficiency incentives are designed to help you lower your energy costs and meet your sustainability goals sooner. Find the right TVA Energy Right incentive for your business and start saving today. Now, we could agonize over every little, perceived error and flub and try to make this just perfect. But we're not going to do that because we're going to trust that this client is going to appreciate our humanity. If they wanted something absolutely perfect with zero flaws, they could just use an AI voice. But we are going to listen all the way through to make sure that our gaps between lines flow well. Is your responsibility. New businesses can take advantage of money-saving. We're gonna shorten this. Line is your responsibility. New businesses can actually not do that. We're gonna chop this breath out, not because we chop breaths willy-nilly. We're doing it for pacing. Humans breathe. It's natural to breathe, so don't go just chopping all your breaths out. Line is your responsibility. New businesses can take advantage of money-saving incentives on energy efficiency upgrades from TVA Energy Right. Our efficiency incentives are designed to...
Let's leave that gap
from
a little longer.
TVA Energy Right. Our efficiency incentives are designed to help you lower your energy costs and meet your sustainability goals sooner. Find the right TVA Energy Right incentive for
Here, this is another spot where we're going to replace that for pacing.
sustainability goals sooner. Find the right TVA Energy Right incentive for your business and start saving today.
All right, we're happy with that. I'm going to bounce that out. Hit the D-click. Here we go, Energy Right. Energy Right.
Reply.
That.
There we go.
And get the next track ready to go.
And here we go. Okay. Now, over here on voices.com, we see this yellow tag on this job here. We love to see that. Worked together previously. That means that we've worked with this client before. We see a yellow tag as it's in our audition feed, and I'm pretty sure that if we were to submit an audition, the client would see a similar tag as they're looking at all the auditions that they've received. So we will stand out with big, bright letters to the client. So here, only 13 responses are in line ahead of us, but if it was 130 responses, we would still stand out and have a good chance of being heard at the very least. And hopefully the client has had a good interaction with us in the past. In fact, this client has hired us for 7 jobs, so we can assume that this client has been happy with us in the past. So hopefully they'll be interested in working with us again. Pretty low budget. This client does, they're like an indie game developer. They make sort of the old school style, like point and click style adventure games, and sort of like whodunit, like solving mystery type games. And there's a heavy focus on narrative and characters and things like that. And so there's some voice lines. This looks like a smaller. Let's see here. This character is a tribal chief, wants to protect his tribe, has a bright, creaky, and emotional voice. Interesting. So this client is awesome because they always put a lot of work into building like a background, like a dossier on their characters to include usually visual art. Let's take a look. Can we please open? Here we go. Yep, there we go. Okay. So clearly this person is intended to be Native American represented. And we don't authentically represent that. They have not made mention that they really... This is one of those tough spots. Generally, certainly in a commercial voiceover setting, we would absolutely go like, this is not... We don't represent this demographic authentically, and therefore we understand that is absolutely taboo to touch it. We're not going to do it. For the video game genre, however, this is something that we might consider here. Let's just look at the... Yeah, unfortunately, because of the specific text here, like this land is sacred, our ancestors rest here, it feels, given that my ancestors were the colonizers who like murdered the ancestors of this character, I don't feel that it's right for me to read these lines. So we're gonna pass on this one. But hopefully they'll find someone who does authentically represent that voice and things go well there. We've got 2 more jobs from the same client, probably for the same game that's upcoming in development. So let's take a look at any of these. Environmental officer antagonist wants to get away with murder. He has a booming, coarse, and emotional voice. Okay. Evening, I'm Neil Murphy. I work for Environmental Services. The morgue's pretty far away, so they've already taken the body to avoid, none of the victim stuff. Okay, let's take a look here. Okay. Hey, look, it's me. All right. Well, I think that if we are typecasting, I think we're okay. I think we're safe. All right. Okay. That's great. I love it. All right, let's take a look here. So we're gonna go ahead and read this just because we're typecasting ourselves here. Evening. I'm Neil Murphy. I work for Environmental Services. The morgue's pretty far away, so they've taken the body to avoid, The morgue's pretty far away, so they've taken the body to avoid, None of the victim's stuff has been touched. You're welcome to examine it. None of the victim's stuff has been touched. You're welcome to examine it. All right? Feels all right. Evening. I'm Neil Murphy. I work for Environmental Services. The morgue's pretty far away, so they've taken the body to avoid, None of the victim's stuff None of the victim's stuff has been touched. You're welcome to examine it. Sure. That feels fine. Turn on the D-click. Grab this. Call this UC21 Neil Murphy. There we go. Reply. And for jobs like this, I don't have a template set up, but I do just make a slight alteration to my response here, and I just go, hello again. And then put that on a new line. There we go. 110, reply with that. And there we go. And now we got to make room for ourselves. Hide all these tracks here and duplicate this track. And there we go. Now we're ready to go. Let's look at the other one from this client again. Let's take a look here. We've got Chad Simmons, businessman. He wants to build a highway. He has a cloying, jabbering, and emotional voice. Businessman who tries to negotiate with the locals to pave a road through their territory. Slightly sarcastic, thoughtful. Let's take a look. Cloying and jabbering. Interesting. Let's, can we please? Oh boy. Oh boy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. His pants too big. All right. Very good. Here we go. All right, let's give him a read. Why not? Mark my words. I'll find a way to build that highway. How can you not see that? These lands need a new highway. It will unite 3 states, and we'll all make lots of money with these trade routes. Maybe I'm doing too much of the, Mark my words, I'll find a way to build that. Mark my words, I'll find... Maybe we like that original read. Oh, and I can't undo my way back to it. Oh, well. That's fine. Mark my words, I'll find a way to build that highway. Mark my words, I'll find a way to build that highway. How can you not see that? These lands need a new highway. It will unite 3 states, and we'll all make lots of money with these trade routes. Sure. Why not? There we go. And there we go. Grab it all. Crossfades. Turn on the D-click. Bounce. UC21. Chad Simmons. Reply to job. This one, and then once again we'll go hello again. 125, select a file, there it is. And send. Next track, get it ready. There she is. Hydrate. If you're watching along, this is your notice to hydrate. All right, next job. St. Louis plant. In a world of endless possibilities, where innovation... All right, yeah, you know what? This is a spot where, yeah, there's 65 people in line in front of us, and we usually wouldn't do it. But, wait. Should be read in a deeper voice that exemplifies St. Louis. You know, I mean, whatever. It's a short script. It'd be a good client to have on the resume, so we're gonna just go ahead and read it. In a world of endless possibilities, where innovation meets excellence, there stands the Procter & Gamble St. Louis plant that continues to redefine the boundaries of success. Together, we celebrate our remarkable achievements and shine a light on the bright future that lies ahead. Let's read the whole thing again. In a world of endless possibilities, where innovation meets excellence, there stands the Procter & Gamble St. Louis plant that continues to redefine the boundaries of success. Car passing by. We're going to let them pass. Find the boundaries of success. Together, we celebrate. Find the boundaries of success. Together, we celebrate our remarkable achievements and shine a light on the bright future that lies ahead. Find the boundaries of success. Together, we celebrate our remarkable achievements and shine a light on the bright future that lies ahead. Okay. Simple. Easy read. Here. That's probably good. And then good. Grab everything. Crossfades, bounce. There we go. PG STL. Let's reply. 690 is the quote. Select file. There it is. And send it off. Get the next track ready to go. And there we go. All right. DU7, Chief of Police. This is for a video game. You're a chief of police. Can't wait. Let's see here. Only 21 responses in line ahead of us. This is a different... Interesting. This is a different video game client. Similar budget as the other client there. These folks are from Armenia, it seems, which is very interesting. What do you think? Maybe we do this. Interesting. Wait. Oh, this is supposed to be two different voices. Interesting. So the first voice is the chief of police, and the second voice is like an automated recording. A recorded voice giving instructions. Calm, confident, methodical. Indifferently recounts the events to eliminate Jason. Interesting. You know what? This is good practice. I don't do a lot of, character acting. I am very much a straight-ahead commercial voice actor and e-learning, industrial explainer type voice actor. But it's good to stretch the legs every once in a while and do a little bit of character work. So let's do it. Who? Do you think I remember the name of everyone? Stomach's growling. Uh-oh. Who? Do you think I remember the name of everyone? Do you think I remember the name of everyone that comes through here? If you show me his photo, I might remember. I'm already dealing with this hot office, and you... Let's read the whole thing again. Who? Do you think I remember the name of everyone that comes through here? Who? Do you think I remember the name of everyone that comes through here? If you show me his photo, I might remember. I'm already dealing with this hot office, and now you show up with all these questions. Executioner, we've sent you Ewan Florence's fingerprints, along with a baseball cap containing his DNA. The cataclysm requires that we eliminate Jason Garanth and arrange it so the charges fall on Ewan Florence. The Order of the Earth Defenders must fall.
Sure. All right, let's take a look here.
Who? Do you think I remember the name of everyone that comes through here? If you show me his photo, his hot office, and now you show up with all these questions. Executioner, we've sent you Ewan Florence's fingerprints, along with a baseball cap containing his DNA. The cataclysm requires that we eliminate Jason Garanth and...
Now, do I want even more indifferent? Maybe I do. Maybe I'll give... Oh, Jesus, what the hell happened there? Sometimes Photoshop likes to, or rather Pro Tools likes to panic a little bit. Let's reread that part.
Now you show up with all these questions. Executioner, we've sent you Ewan Florence's fingerprints, along with a baseball cap containing his DNA. The cataclysm requires that we eliminate Jason Garanth and arrange it so the charges fall on Ewan Florence. The Order of the Earth Defenders must fall.
Good. That feels good. There we go. Put you there. That's good to go. Now, the client said something about naming convention here, so we'll take a look.
Please name your audition in the following way. Your name, which I've done, characters' names. So, character is Chief and recorded voice. Because that's how they got it here, right? Chief of Police, recorded voice. Cool. Bounce. Reply to job. General. 1.5. Select file. There we go. And submit. All right. Let's move on to the next one. How many more jobs are on voices.com? There's a lot in the queue today. Jeez, 6 more. We'll see if we're actually going to do all of these. Legal AI product video. Interesting. It's a pretty good budget. 47 responses. That's like right at the edge. I think we're going to pass on that one. Here, 44 responses, and we're only a 90% voice match. We're going to pass, but I'm curious as to why we're only a 90%. So let's investigate. Role instructor. Okay. I don't have a pen here. I need to make a note that I need to update one of my e-learning demos to change the role to instructor, because I'm seeing a lot of these, and I think that it would be helpful. So we're going to pass on it. Next up, for Department of Energy. Interesting. We might do this because us being a veteran, we might actually be given what some people might consider an unfair, but an advantage in hiring. Generally, like any kind of government contract, like veterans are given like a point preference. There's like a point system. So it depends on if this is subcontracted to some agency, they don't care. But if this is like some kind of direct hire, then it's very possible that we might actually get a tangible leg up over other talent just because we're a veteran. And I do think that the client should pick the best talent for the job, but I'm not gonna complain if I get a little bit of an advantage based on just my status as a veteran. So let's take a look here. Video to recruit Department of Energy employees to be a part of the emergency support function team. Okay. Let's do this one. Man, my stomach is growling. I have not eaten yet today. I've had 3 cups of coffee. That's food, right? All right. It might seem like the worst day of their lives. All they are searching for. It might seem like the worst day of their lives. It might seem like the worst day of their lives. All they are searching for is hope. See, I see this often. Like, when you're writing a script, it seems natural that, like, hope, that's the, I'm sure that's an acronym or something. Like, hope is the important word. But you don't, if you were, like, giving a presentation or something, naturally, the way you would naturally pause, if you're sort of, like, really trying to put emphasis on hope, you wouldn't pause before hope. All they are searching for is hope. You would probably, all they are searching for is hope. That's where the pause feels natural for me. We are going to try to deliver it as written, so we are going to make that pause be where it's written. It might seem like the worst day of their lives. All they are searching for is hope. It seemed like the worst day of their lives. All they are searching for is hope. That little ember of light that maybe things might get back to normal. When a major incident occurs, whether a natural disaster or even man-made, and the lights go out and the fuel stops flowing, have you ever wondered who helps? This person likes to put in pauses. We've got a big truck passing by. I live in Mid-Coast, Maine. Beautiful out here, vacation land. But I do live a couple 100 feet from the main road that goes right up the coast. My booth is built really, really well. I made damn sure of that because I built it with my own 2 hands. But there's really no booth that you could construct that would be able to withstand the sound of a heavy, heavy truck or a group of Harleys rolling by that road that's just a couple 100 feet away. So it happens. Sometimes we've got to take a pause. Might get back to normal. When a major incident occurs, whether a natural disaster or even man-made, and the lights go out and the fuel stops flowing, have you ever wondered who helps restore the power? A national support system has been established with different Who helps restore the power? Big stomach growl. We've got noise sources inside and outside the booth that are delaying us. So we might have to cut the stream short in a bit here so that we can go eat, and then we'll come back in and get back to work. Who helps restore the power? A national support system. Who helps restore the power? And now we've got a loud truck. It is, we are fully in the tourist season. So like the volume of traffic on that road out there has gone up significantly, which is great for the local economy and all that stuff, but it's a bummer for us because we have to deal with it. Who helps restore the power? A national support system has been established with different disciplines of expertise that work together to respond to a community or a region that has been devastated. Let's go back to this breath here and start here. Of expertise that work together to respond to a community or a region that has been devastated. For some reason, I'm having expertise that work together to respond to expertise that work together to respond to a community of expertise that work together to respond to a community or a region that has been devastated. An integral or a region that has been devastated. An integral component of this massive response effort is the Emergency Support Function 12. Okay. Or a region that has been devastated. An integral component, or a region that has been devastated. An integral component of this massive response effort, or a region that has been devastated. An integral or a region that has been devastated. An integral I can't say the word integral that has been devastated. An integral component of this massive response effort is the Emergency Support Function 12 responders. They are challenged. Wait for the stomach growl to end. Still going. Emergency Support Function 12 responders. They are challenged with the monumental task of coordinating getting the power. Emergency Support Function 12 responders. They are challenged with the monumental task of coordinating getting the power restored and the fuel flowing again. Without this, it's difficult for all other ESFs to perform their restoration efforts.
All right, we're going to say that's good enough. It's interesting looking at different kinds of copy and sort of understanding. You get a sense of the culture from which the copy comes from. You get a sense of like, okay, was this copy written by an in-house creative team for a privately owned corporation? Or was this copy outsourced to an agency that intimately knows the culture of the corporation? Let's see here. DOE ESF 12. Or was it outsourced to an agency that doesn't intimately know the corporate culture? Or was it written by someone in a government agency? You can get a feel right away. There we go. And from this, I get that government agency feel. Like this was written by someone whose job title begins with GS, which is not to throw shade at all. There's an alternate timeline where I went the GS route after I got out of the military, 100%. I actually went through a lengthy job interview process and was offered a job. Would have been a totally different timeline for me, absolutely. I would not be here today if I'd taken that job, but no regrets, my friends, no regrets. Let's take a look here. Event Voice of God, VOG, Voice of God. So this is going to be what plays live, and it's usually something like, oh, like, ladies and gentlemen, the show is about to start. Please take your seats. Here we go. Welcome to the Los Angeles special screening of Ultraman Rising. The screening will begin shortly. Please take your seats. Like, totally standard Voice of God. Role announcer, that kind of makes sense. Looking for a youthful male voice. Probably not me, but they've included a reference file just to make sure. Let's hear.
Dad, did you ever worry that your power wasn't enough?
So that's obviously not us. My voice does not sound like that at all, so we're going to pass on that job. Marathon Petroleum, just getting started. Let's take a look here. Narrator, genuine, articulate. We'll look at it, see if this is something we want to do. For more than a century, the people... Sure, whatever. This is more, I can tell by looking at this, this is more than a minute worth of copy. Let's see if it says what the total... Minute 14. I think it's going to be a little longer than that, guys, but whatever. We'll look at the copy. One thing we're going to make sure to do is that we're going to keep an eye on our runtime on our audition recording, and once we are above 50 seconds, we're going to stop. 50 to 60 seconds is the standard for commercial voiceover auditions. If they've given you 3 minutes worth of copy, you do not need to read all 3 minutes. Just give them 50 to 60 seconds, and that is good enough. They should be able to make a decision based on those 50 to 60 seconds. If they can't make a decision based on that, then there's something weird going on, and maybe you don't want to work for that client if they can't make that kind of choice. Audiobooks are different. 3 to 5 minutes is the standard. But that's a whole different ballgame there. But let's take a look. Let's go ahead and do this. Why not?
For more than a century, the people of Marathon Petroleum have worked to provide affordable, abundant, safe energy to more Americans in more places in new...
Let's start right here.
Affordable, abundant, safe energy to more Americans in more places in new and innovative ways. Today, we're writing a new chapter of our history, fueling our nation from coast to coast with innovative
Integrated.
fueling our nation from coast to coast with integrated services across North America and beyond. Together, we're delivering the full potential of our people, our network, and our ingenuity in the communities we serve.
Let's go ahead and give a punch and roll here.
Ingenuity in the communities we serve. We're proud of this mission because we aren't just empowering mobility, we're expanding new opportunities. We do so strengthened by the breadth and dedication of our workforce, from small towns to big cities. We may view the world from different perspectives, but we're united by our ability to realize the possibilities.
Let's see here. Let's give this whole. No, let's start here.
View the world from different perspectives.
Where are we?
View
here?
the world from different perspectives.
Where is that? We may be.
View the world from different perspectives, but we're view the
breath there.
world from different perspectives, but we're united by our ability to realize the possibilities in every pump, in every plant, and most importantly, in every person.
And we're stopping there because we can see that we are between 50 and 60 seconds on that. Let's take a look here. Boom, boom. Hitting our edit there. That is so easy thanks to our punch and roll recording. And there we go. It's that easy. Imagine how much longer that would take if we were having to listen to everything. Marathon. Oop, petroleum. And reply to job. There we go. 190. I didn't realize the budget was so low on that. I might not have done that job. But whatever. We're already here. We did it. Let's go. I'd rather have $152 than not have $152. So, here we go.
Just for you, refresh 2024. 72 responses in line for an okay budget. As your partner in health, we're dedicated to getting you to those milestones. Let's see here. When was this posted? Nearly 24 hours ago. That's why there's so many responses. You know what? We're here. We're working. Let's do it. Why not? As your partner in health, we are dedicated to getting you those. As your partner in health, we are dedicated to getting you to those milestones. We're working harder using advanced technology, offering more and
A little too much there.
as your partner in health, we are dedicated. As your partner in health, we are dedicated to getting you. As your partner in health, we are dedicated to getting you to those milestones. We are working harder using advanced technology, offering more and growing faster than ever before. So you can watch and growing faster than ever before. So you can watch her take those and growing faster than ever before. So you can watch her take those first steps. Cheer him on at his first game. Celebrate getting into your dream school and walk her down the aisle. Through it all, we're right beside you. Lakeland Regional Health.
We're going to go ahead and sort of edit as we work just a little bit here because we got away from doing pure punch and roll because so many of these sections are so short.
So you can watch her take those first steps. Cheer him on at his first game. Celebrate getting into your dream school and walk her. Cheer him on at his first game. Celebrate getting into your dream school and walk her down the aisle. Through it all, we're right. And walk her down the aisle. Through it all, we're right beside you.
Okay?
Through it all, we're right beside you. Lakeland Regional Health, your care partner for life. Call 863-284-5000 today.
Okay. We're actually not going to give them the phone number, Reed. The reason for this, it's not paranoia or whatever, but in theory, if you give them every single word of the copy, In theory, they could take your audio and run. I'm not, you know what? No, that's paranoid. I want them to hear our phone number read, so let's give it to them.
Care partner for life. Call 863-284-partner for life. Call 863-284.
We're actually going to change the way we do that read. We're not going to do the stab on call.
Your care partner for life. Call 863-284-5000 today.
There we go. Like that much better. Do we want to preserve this breath? Let's hear it.
Partner for life. Call 863.
Yep, there we go. And that's this out. Now, it actually works out. We'll talk about this in just a second. Just for you, refresh. Just for you, refresh 2024. So, it actually works out that they are, if we were super paranoid about, them stealing our audio and running with it, we read this in a little over 30 seconds. And typically, with online nowadays, like, it's less important that things be exactly, 15 or 30 or 60 seconds. But if they are doing this as an online ad that's like a pre-roll for a YouTube video or something like that, then they probably do need to stick to 30 seconds, which means that if they were to hire us, they would likely have a note, hey, can you read this a little bit faster? We need this to fit into a 30-second cut down. So we're safe. We gave a good read. We're happy with it. And we're not worried about getting robbed. But again, you shouldn't be operating with that kind of fear lurking in the back of your mind at all times. That ain't no way to live. So let's get that done. So that is everything on voices.com sorted. We do have our little email plugin, so we get an audible ding and a visible notification when we get an email come in. Voices.com auditions, remember, are time sensitive. You need to be fast when they come in. Otherwise, you see stuff like what we just saw where there's 70 people in line in front of you, and that's a bummer. So, for the rest of our work day here in the booth, if we get an email come in that says, hey, this is a voices.com job, we're going to look at it right away, and if we're a good fit, if it's worth doing, we're going to drop everything, and we're going to do it right away. Let's head over to Voice123. Let's go ahead and refresh so we've got the most current information. We're also going to come off of full screen briefly, and we're going to look at each one of these to make sure that none of these clients are doxing themselves by showing their full first and last name. And it looks like so far no one is. Clients have the option to use like to have their name just show up as client number, yada, yada, yada. And the vast majority of clients on Voice123 use that. And our friends at Voice123 have asked us on this stream just to make sure that we're not doxing anybody as we work. And we're not. So let's go through and let's figure out which one of these jobs, first of all, we know we're not going to submit for. Now, the very first thing, holy, look at this budget, $8,000. Now, it does say up to $8,000. And that is because we've got paid media, yes, and this is probably television. Okay, web and radio. The radio is the main thing that's pushing this budget way, way, way up. And it's duration 2 years. So this is potentially 2 years that you are going to be conflicting yourself out of any similar industry spots. So let's take a look at what is the industry. When you leave homeowner speechless, So installation of what? What are we installing? Some kind of home improvement product. Maybe it's windows. Maybe it's, appliances. Maybe it's, who knows? Maybe it's like a mini split, like HVAC. It's something, but you got to keep in mind that if you get this job, like, oh, great, like what a great payday. But you won't be able to do a similar job for a competing company in this same industry space for 2 years. So just keep that in mind, and that is why this budget is so high, because they are paying not for your amazing talent, they're paying your opportunity cost. They're paying you for all of the other jobs that you cannot get because your voice is on the air for a competing company's product for 2 years. That's why things get a little bit wild in budgets when you're looking at radio and television. Now, if this was just web, this budget would be a tenth of what that is. Maybe even less. But because conflict comes into play when you're doing radio and television, that's why we see the much, much, much higher budgets. Okay, let's take a look here. We're going to pass on this for the maybe we won't. Maybe this is one spot where we will read even though it's over. So I got this confirmed from our friends at Voice123. If a client doesn't hear your audition, you will not be penalized in any way for in the algorithm. So, usually we pass on auditions. I'll zoom in here. These two numbers here, 62 out of 50. This means that this client has requested and perhaps even paid to hear 50 proposals from talent on Voice123. They've already received 62, so they've received more than they've requested. I don't know exactly how it works, but my intuition tells me that they can listen to the first 50 proposals that they receive, that they have potentially paid for that number, but to listen to number 51 and beyond, I feel like they probably need to pay extra to hear further proposals. I don't know for sure that that's how it works on the client side. Would love to get confirmation from our friends at Voice123, but I get the sense that that's how it works. Otherwise, like, why have these numbers at all? So it seems extremely unlikely that if we're number 63, that will be heard at all. But so it's a low chance of being heard. However, that's a low chance at earning a huge, to us, a big payday. And, you know, conflict be damned. I'll worry about the conflict in the future. That's a problem for future Jimmy. Today, Jimmy wants $8,000. But we do know that submitting, and if the client just listens to the first 50 and they're like, we'll be fine with these first 50, we do know it's not going to hurt us in the algorithm. And that's super important. You live and die by the algorithm on Voice123, 100%. So we're going to consider doing this. Let's look at the copy here. When you leave home or speech, word will get out. And with 80 years of innovations, including industry-leading installation and warranties, we might leave you speechless too. So we've got two different versions of essentially the same spot. Marketing smart oven, usage national, programmatic radio through trade desk, no terrestrial. So you might actually have the worry of conflicting yourself out. Like, certainly, I don't know what trade desk is, but like maybe that handles distribution to like podcasts and like iHeartRadio, that kind of stuff. But no terrestrial means you, in theory, I don't think you're being conflicted out of doing terrestrial radio spots, even if it's for a competing product. Interesting. This is something that you absolutely should talk with an agent or someone like that about. I don't have an agent at this time, so I don't have nobody that I can talk to. But this would be a question that you would want an expert. Like, go ahead and do this job. And then when you get something that pops up that feels like it might be a conflict, then you really need to reach out to someone, whether it be an agent that you can pay them a little bit for their time to ask this question, and it will be worth it, because if you break a conflict, you can really wind up in a bad situation, and it can really hurt you, both monetarily and just like broader career-wise. It can really be bad stuff. Let's see here. Do we feel like we're a good fit for this, though? That's something, even with all that we've talked about, you got to consider that on Voice123. Do we want to do this? When you leave homeowners speechless, word will get out. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this.
When you leave homeowners speechless, word will get out. And with 80 years of innovations, including industry-leading installation and warranties, we might leave you speechless too.
Okay. Let's listen to the very last part of that, because I feel like and oh, it looks like we might have had a truck passing. Let's listen.
When you leave homeowners speechless, word will get out. And with 80...
Yeah, it's a little too much here.
When you leave homeowners speechless, word will get out. And with 80 years of innovations, including industry-leading installation and warranties, we might leave you speechless too.
Let's listen to this one.
When you leave homeowners speechless, word will get out. And with 80 years of innovations, including industry-leading... When you leave homeowners speechless, word will get out. And with 80 years of innovations... When you leave homeowners speechless, word will get out. And with 80 years of innovations, including industry-leading installation and warranties, we might leave you speechless too. With industry-leading installation and warranty, we have you covered, which means all you have to do is install our product to go from looking good to looking brilliant.
All right. Let's listen.
Installation, leave homeowners speechless. Word will get out. And with 80 years of innovations, including industry-leading installation and warranties, we might leave you speechless too. With industry-leading installation and warranty, we have you covered, which means all you have to do is install our product to go from looking good to looking brilliant.
All right, we got a little sinus noise there. We're going to reread this part right here. I feel like...
And with 80 years of innovations, including industry-leading installation and warranty...
I don't like I read installation. I don't like how I did that. So we're going to read this whole line here.
Speechless. Word will get out. And with 80 years of innovations, including industry-leading installation and warranties, we might leave speechless. Word will get out. And with 80 years of innovations, including industry-leading installations and warranties, we might leave you speechless too.
Okay, that felt better. Here's this cut. And then here's this cut. Make that a little longer.
We might leave you speechless too. With industry-leading installation and warranty.
All right. Oops, there we go. There we go. All right. We are actually submitting
for a job that's over proposal limit. I don't know that I've ever done that. Home and building. Accept the invite. Here we go. We're going to do... Jesus, okay. There's our quote. Negotiable.
And submit.
Next up, let's take a look here. For these other ones, we are going to eliminate stuff, especially for these lower budget things. We're going to eliminate things that are over proposal limit. So 80 out of 50 here, 25 out of 25, we're going to pass on that. 46 out of 25, we're going to pass on that. Another 46 out of 25, pass. 44 out of 25, and 46 out of 25. These three, we're going to pass on 2 of them for sure. We're going to show us why. And we're going to complain once again at our friends at Voice123 because right here, budget, looking for a quote. That doesn't help me. I don't know what that means. I can't read this client's mind. I don't know what looking for a quote means. And the reason that's a huge problem is that me as talent, my job on Voice123 is to pick opportunities that I am well suited for. And so that needs to be done from a creative standpoint. I need to look at the specs, male, adult, and I need to look at the script and be like, am I the right voice for this? And
and only submit to jobs where I am the right voice. That is how you improve your standing in the algorithm, by consistently doing that, performing well, and staying in your lane, if you will. When clients say looking for a quote, that brings another potential variable into the play that can ruin you in the algorithm, even though you're doing everything else exactly right and how you should be. If maybe I'm the perfect voice for this client. Like, it would just be the most amazing fit. It'd be the perfect thing. But maybe I quote this too high or too low. If I quote it too high, the client goes like, whoa, we can't afford that. I'm not even going to consider that. Obviously, I'm not going to hire them, and I'm not going to shortlist them, because why would I? They're way outside of budget, so why am I going to consider them? Suddenly, you're getting dinged in the algorithm because you quoted too high. Now, what if you quote too low? The client might have this big budget in mind because they've got this big media buy that they haven't disclosed here. And they might go like, look at this budget. Obviously, this isn't a serious voice talent. They don't know what the standard market rate for this should be, so we're not going to consider them. Suddenly, you're not hired, and you're not even liked as a shortlist method, and so you get dinged in the algorithm because you quoted too low. Now, I don't know what this client's budget is because they haven't given me a range. It just says looking for a quote. I don't know what that means. I don't know if this client is going to adhere to GVAA rate guide standards for this product. And there's a good chance, I haven't looked closely, but there's a good chance that we don't even have enough information to create a good GVAA rate guide based quote. So what am I supposed to do here? It's a huge risk I would be taking to submit any quote for this, no matter how perfect I might be for this job. It's a huge risk because if I don't pick the right number that's in this client's head, I'm going to get dinged in the algorithm. That sucks. I really wish Voice123 would change that because it's a huge, huge risk for voice talent to submit a quote because we're not mind readers. Like, I just, end of rant. We're moving on. We're declining. And on all of these, I'm going to say looking for a quote is useless information. Please force clients to choose to provide a budget range so that risking negative algorithm effects based on quoting a wrong budget in our proposals. Copy. Declined. Okay, and I'm going to do that on this other one here. Like this they've given us a lot more information. They've talked about that there's cut downs coming. They've talked about the usage, YouTube, Meta, programmatic video, and local TV. So this should be a super high budget. It should be. But I can't read this client's brain. I don't know if they've got a super high budget in mind. Maybe this is a nonprofit, and so their budget's super low. Like, we don't know. We do know it's in Vermont, so it should be a somewhat cheaper media market, but I don't know. Maybe Vermont is covered by like the New York media market, so it's an insanely expensive media market. All of these like contribute to like how wide the real fair market value of your work can be. But we don't know if the client's brain is in the fair market space. I'd say we probably, if we did a lot of research, we probably have enough information to create a GVAA rate guide based fair market quote for this job. But I don't know if the client's brain is in the same space. I don't know if this client has a realistic number in mind. They're just looking for a quote. And even if my voice is perfect for this, if I quote that GVAA-based fair market rate for this, the client might balk at that and refuse to hire or like my audition. And so I get punished in the algorithm because the client won't commit to putting a fucking number on the audition. Unbelievable. Just, please. Please, Voice123, please, please, please. Projects. Corporate promotional video. Let's take a look here. 15 out of 25 proposals. Oops. We've got lifestyle and corporate promotional video. So it's probably a brand anthem. Or why Wilmington and coastal North Carolina? It is a question we are often asked. So this is a case where I would make this into a contraction. It's a question we are often asked, and the answers are as diverse as the coast itself. Choosing the perfect place to settle is one of life's most important decisions, and when it comes to relocating to a new community, it requires the support of true professionals. So this seems like something that we're well suited for. I dislike this. I dislike that they've been able to make a choice on gender. Like, I like that they've made a choice on age. They know they want an adult, and that typically means 30 to 50 is usually what they're meaning when they put adult, because there's options for young adult and there's options for senior. So 30 to 50, 30 to 60, whatever, that's sort of the sound of your voice. You need to know which buckets you fall into, and that's definitely where I fall into. But that they don't know yet whether they want a male or a female voice is kind of concerning. Like, okay, like if in the end they go for a female voice, does that mean they're going to only shortlist female voices, and that means that every male that submitted an audition is going to get dinged in the algorithm because they finally decided that they're going with a female, or vice versa? Like, these are the kind of things that pop through your head because, again, you live and die by the algorithm on Voice123. But I think we are going to do this one. I think that we're well suited to this. They do have a budget. It's a low budget, but hey, it's useful to just keep getting jobs, even if they're low paying. Just keep getting those jobs, putting in the reps, getting the jobs on Voice123 to make sure your standing in the algorithm stays where you want it to. So we're going to go ahead and do this one.
Why Wilmington and coastal North Carolina? It's a question we are often asked, and the answers are as diverse as the coast itself. Choosing the perfect place to settle is one of life's most important decisions, and when it comes to relocating to a new community, it requires the support of true professionals.
Okay, I feel good about that. I think we can edit that together, no problem.
Why Wilmington and coastal North Carolina? It's a question we are often asked, and the answers are as Why Wilmington and coastal North Carolina? It's a question we are often asked, and the answer...
It's a question we're often asked. Do I want to change the way that
Why Wilmington and coastal North Carolina? It's a question we are often asked.
Yeah, let's reread that.
Why Wilmington and coastal North Carolina? It's a question we are often asked, and the answers are...
And I like the way I read the rest of that line. Let's make sure that this is still good.
Wilmington and coastal North Carolina? It's a question we are often asked, and the question we are often asked, and the answers are as diverse as the coast itself. Choosing the perfect place to settle is one of life's most important decisions. And when it comes to relocating to...
No, not that one. Maybe this one?
Is one of life's most important decisions. And when it comes to relocating to a new community, it requires the support of true professionals.
All right. I feel good about that, Reed. We were perhaps a bit finicky with it. But we got it out. Let's see here. Wilmington. Accept invite. This. Wilmington. There we go. Submit. go. And that should wrap up our Voice123 queue. Let's refresh voices.com to see if we get lucky. Nah. Sometimes if you refresh voices.com, you will see a job before the email goes out. The email, it takes a minute or two to generate the email after a job hits the queue on voices.com. So if you're super, super fast and you're on the ball and you happen to get lucky by hitting refresh before the email has gone out, sometimes you can even finish and get the audition submitted before anyone else out there gets an email notification about it. So that's sort of a super pro tip. If you want to be first and also lose all of your sanity, you can just sit here and hit refresh. Now, Voice123 has an RSS type of functionality where if you just chill on this page, they will pop up here without you having to reload. Now, none of the other stats will refresh. So like you won't see how many other people have submitted or anything in a live kind of way, but you will see the jobs pop up into here. But again, speed is not of the essence on Voice123 the way it is on Voices. So I wish like those features were like, I wish they could trade. Like it's less important here that I see them right away, but here, if I could just have this page up and leave it, and an RSS feed type function would just like pop up when a job came up, that would be way more useful for us. But it is what it is. Let's head over to ACX and take a look at what jobs are available for us. We're going to refresh over here, and I can already say there's nothing new. We'll double check by looking in voice gender, male. Yep, we already looked at this one. This is this crazy textbook that is going to be a brutal slog for whoever takes it on. But hopefully they're at the top end of this price bucket, because it's going to be a lot of work for whoever decides to produce this audiobook. But good luck to that person. I don't want to be it, so I'm not even going to audition for that one. And every one of these other jobs we've already seen, and we have either submitted an audition for them or we have decided to pass. So that is everything in our queue. What we're going to do now is we're going to end the stream early so that we can take a break, so that we can eat something, so that our stomach stops growling. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back in a bit, and we're going to do some audiobook work. A real work on a book that we're actually being paid to produce. So we'll head over and do that in just a little bit here. Just double checking to make sure I haven't like missed any chat messages or anything like that. It looks like we're good to go. So we'll be back, and we'll be doing, again, this is a real audiobook, and we're going to be sort of turning what we'll be doing. We're going to be turning it into a YouTube video later on. And the idea is going to be to have a video that shows start to finish one finished hour of an audiobook production. Warts and all, as we like to say on this stream, warts and all. So all the stumbles, all the edits, all of the frustration of trying to get a pronunciation right or whatever it is, all of that's going to be in the video. The stream itself will probably be on the order of 3 hours. The edited video of that will probably be closer to 2.5, maybe a full 3 hours, but it's going to be a marathon, and we're going to do it all in one sitting, produce a finished hour. But right now, we're going to say goodbye. So we hope that you enjoyed, hope that you learned something. If you have any questions about anything you've seen today, please leave a comment. I do check all the comments on YouTube, and I will respond. If you've got a question about anything else, about gear, about this microphone, about this silly wire that I've got hanging down, about the software that we use, about the biz or whatever, I'll answer to the best of my abilities or send you to someone else who might be able to answer your questions. If you'd like to pay me to talk for you, head over to the website, veteranaudio.com. Please hit a like, subscribe, do all the things that you know how to do. We'll be back in a couple hours probably, and we're going to read some audiobook work. So please join me for that. We love you, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks. Cheers.